Yo guys, Max here. So I know I haven't uploaded a video on YouTube in what feels like a million years. I've been quite busy, and to be honest, I kind of took a break from game and pickup and meeting girls. I've been traveling around and I've mostly spent time with my girlfriend in the meantime. At the same time, I've still been approaching girls, but the goal was not to actually get with those girls. The goal was to show you guys that you can find the motivation to go for what you want. If you haven't seen it yet, by the way, I'm posting those approaches that I do almost daily on my Instagram account. I will put a link somewhere below this video, go and check it out. But yeah, in this video I wanted to catch up a little bit. The main thing I want to share is the most important thing, in my opinion, when it comes to picking up girls during the day. Just today I was outside and I saw another guy try to pick up girls, and he was making this fundamental mistake that almost every guy is making. And I'm going to share this very extremely important secret. I'm going to tell you about that in a second. But there are also other things that I wanted to share with you in this video. So, funny story, today I just met a girl on the street, and actually I just went back home with her and we had sex within 30 minutes of meeting up. Here is the uncouth proof of it. That's the main thing I'm going to talk about in this video. Game and picking up girls is not complicated. A lot of people try to make it super overcomplicated by telling you that you have to learn techniques, you have to learn systems, you have to learn models, you have to learn routines. Yes, that helps, but I get the feeling this kind of dilutes the point a little bit, and as a result, a lot of guys miss what's the most important. I'm going to tell you more about that in a minute. I don't want to start multiple topics at the same time. So today I met this girl and we basically had an instant date back at my house 30 minutes after I said hi to her and we were having sex. Now, I don't like that. Why do I dislike, well, instant dates and same day lays? It's because usually a girl who is going to be willing to do that is not a high quality girl. And indeed, this girl I met, who is, by the way, a very nice person, I wish her the best, is not a very high quality person, not someone that as a high value guy you want to keep around in your life. Yes, we had sex, yes, it was very fun, but understand that from a female point of view, from a woman's perspective, hooking up with a guy quick will only happen if it's a huge win for her. And so, even with the best game in the world, you're not going to hook up with a girl who is within your league or above your league within 30 minutes. It's just not going to happen. We all do this, we all have those funny 5 minutes lay when you go into the club, you say hi to a girl, and 5 minutes later you pull her in the bathroom. Okay, we all did that. But if you did that, you know it's not a high quality girl, and it's not a girl that you will want to see again if you have opportunities, if you have other choices. So my point being, I was with this girl and I saw she was into me, I saw there was an opportunity to pull her home, and I was kind of disappointed by it, because the fact that she will not give me more resistance was actually a sign that she was not as high quality as she could be. And you will see that very often girls who really respect themselves, girls who have a lot of opportunities, they will actually give you shit just because they don't want to go home with the first guy that they meet, because they know those guys are usually low value guys because they don't know how to deal with a high value girl. So I'm throwing the term low and high value left and right, but at the end of the day, what really matters, in my opinion, is that people who respect themselves have choice. And people who have choice don't make it easy to get with them. So the next time you approach a girl and she's a little bit difficult, don't be discouraged. It's actually a great sign that she's probably a high quality girl. Which brings me to my next point, actually. Today, I want to talk about this huge mistake that literally 99.999% of every man is doing when talking to women. A lot of guys, they are way too friendly because they are afraid to get rejected. And if you don't understand that high value people don't make it easy to get with them, if you just believe that either a girl, well, shows a lot of interest or she's not into you, you're never gonna get with high quality people. I say people because, by the way, be it for business, be it for friendships, be it for dating, high quality people are not easy to crack. Now bear with me, because this is going to get even deeper. Because the truth is that people who actually like you make it easy. So in a sense, it's not easy because they are high quality people, but it's actually easy when they like you. Again, more on that later, bear with me. So the first thing you want to avoid here is going up to a girl and throwing 1-2 sentences to start stacking conversation topics and then immediately leaving the conversation because you feel like she's not into you. High quality girls need more than that. And very often when you will meet a girl who respects herself, you will go, you're like, hey, I like you, yada yada, what do you do for a living? And she will look back at you, and very often you will have this sort of muted response. When a girl gives you a muted response, it's either that she doesn't like you or that she doesn't like you yet. And the nuance is very important because at that very moment, you can't know. You have to do a few things to figure out. But don't immediately think that because it's not an instant yes, instant positive, obvious positive reaction, that a girl is not into you. Very often, actually, the girls who are the most into you are going to be the girls who were the most difficult at first, because they saw that you were able to go through this difficulty to actually seduce them, like actually seducing them. Because I know the term is thrown a lot and everyone's talking about seduction techniques, but in practice, nobody's actually doing any kind of seducing. People are just asking girls to see if the girl is going to give them validation back. And if the girl does not immediately give them validation back, all the guys are going to give up. When you want to seduce a girl, you have to show her why she should be seduced, and gradually, if she's a high value girl, she's going to open up. Anyways, all this yapping to tell you that if a girl is not immediately into you, well, you should plow through a little bit and try to figure out why she's being difficult. Now, there are a few ways to do that, and the thing that I like to do the most is call her out on the fact that she's being difficult. And the goal here, and it's extremely important, that's the main reason why you should watch this video, so pay attention. If a girl is not interested, you want to figure it out as soon as possible. Because very often you will have those very nice, very friendly conversations that go on for 20 minutes, and at the end you get the girl's contact, and when you ask her out, she tells you things like, I don't know, tonight I'm washing my hair, but maybe next time. That's not the reaction of a girl who's actually interested and actually attracted and actually seduced and who wants to see you again. Even if all that happened in the interaction before that looked nice and positive and she reacted well to all that you did. Don't waste your time with situations like that. And that's something that you can 100% control if you do the right things. So again, put yourself in a situation, you're meeting this girl, she is very friendly with you, but you don't want the conversation to be friendly. Or she is giving you some space in the conversation, she's sometimes staring at you and saying nothing, but she's still complying overall with the way you lead your interaction. You have to figure out if this compliance is real or not. You have to figure out whether this friendliness is actually attraction or not. The best way to do that, once again, is to call her out on what's happening. You have to get her to qualify to you. You have to have her invest some kind of effort into showing you that she's a good girl, that she fits your criteria, that she's a little bit going out of her way to try to please you, to try to seduce you, to try to be attractive to you. So it's a little bit hard to explain, but when you see a guy do it, you immediately recognize this pattern. Maybe you have a friend like that. Maybe you yourself, when you approach girls, you do this. If when you talk to a girl, you're having 10 minutes of friendly conversation, and especially, by the way, especially if at the beginning she seems into you and 2-3 minutes into the conversation, she seems to have lost some attraction. If you're in conversations like that where it's super friendly and you're doing most of the talking, that's a huge fucking problem. At the beginning, first 30 seconds, so she understands what's up and you give her a little bit of things to talk about. Past that, you're not supposed to be friendly. You're not supposed to be nice. You're absolutely not supposed to entertain her. After that, you're supposed to make her chase. You're supposed to get her to qualify to you. How do you do this? Well, again, it's a lot of not doing weird things and friendly things, and it's a lot of not doing most of the talking. It's a lot of just shut the fuck up and let her talk. Or if she doesn't want to talk, like I mentioned earlier, sometimes girls are confused and they don't know what to do, so they say nothing. You call her out on the fact that she says nothing. You lead her into investing more in the conversation. The thing is that a girl who likes you is going to try to be attractive to you. A girl who does not like you doesn't give a shit. You will try to make her qualify to you. She's just going to ignore it. She's going to change topic all the time, or she's going to go away. But a girl who likes you, well, she might be a little bit confused, or she might be a little bit shy, or she might be a little bit, well, let's say socially unable, and she's not used to guys approaching her. And sometimes, even if she wants to talk more to you, and even if she likes you, she won't know what to say. So you will have to guide her through that. Remember, you're the man, you're supposed to lead the conversation. Okay, again, that's a lot of yapping, but bottom line, make sure to know what kind of interaction you're in as fast as possible. The most practical advice I can give you when it comes to this is to either starting the conversation by a compliment, or at least making sure she understands there is sexual intent in the conversation. You don't have to go indirect, even though I don't recommend in most cases when you meet a girl on the street, because it's very hard to pull off if you don't have a lot of experience. But anyways, she knows you're talking to her because you like her. Past that, you have to ask her a question to know if she has things that you like in a woman. It can be very simple. For example, if she tells you that she's an engineer, you ask her, oh, well then, you must be a smart girl. There again, she might not be too confident and she might say, I don't know. But chances are that if she likes you and you give her an opportunity to show you why she's interesting, she will jump on that opportunity. So make it easy for her to qualify herself to you. And see, at the end of the day, this happens not when you're trying to fill all the blanks in the conversation, not when you're trying hard to show a girl why you're interesting, not when you're trying hard to keep the conversation alive as much as you can, like beating a dead horse. Sometimes, like the guy I saw today, he was really beating a dead horse. Why there was no need, by the way, because at the beginning of the interaction, the girl liked him. And he lost all attraction because he was trying so hard to, well, interest a girl who was already interested, instead of actually making her qualify herself to him. Instead of doing all those useless things, just shut the fuck up, give some space to girls so they can talk and qualify themselves to you. And if they don't do it by themselves, you help them a little bit by calling out what's happening in the conversation. And see, the advantage is double, because when you give girls space to qualify themselves to you and invest in the conversation, or when you lead hard the conversation because she's a little bit autistic and she doesn't know how to react when she likes a guy, well, it's going to build sexual tension, which is super, super good. And it's going to push you away from the friend zone, which is double good. So don't be afraid of these awkward moments, because the only time when those blanks in a conversation are not going to build sexual tension, but actually be genuinely awkward, is when a girl doesn't like you. But why do you care of having an awkward interaction with a girl who doesn't like you, when you know that this behavior works anyways with girls who like you? Keep in mind that when a girl likes you and you do everything right, that is to say, you follow a proper system. Again, it's not just about saying random things to a girl while moving your body in random ways. There are proper things that you need to be doing. But when you do the right things, well, then, bro, yes, at the end of the day, it's just a numbers game. You keep approaching girls, doing the right things, and when they don't like you, they don't want to meet a guy, or whatever is happening in their lives that's preventing them from having a conversation with you, of course it's gonna be awkward if you try to make it sexual and if you try to make it romantic and flirtatious, because they are not in the right mood. This is not the right time and the right place. But the thing is, this same exact thing that is super fucking awkward with a girl who doesn't like you is the very thing that works with a girl who likes you. I think that's why it's so difficult to recognize proper game, because when it works, it looks smooth, and it doesn't look like much when it works. But when it doesn't work, it looks super fucking cringe. But it's still the exact same thing that's being done. It's just the girl's input that's different. But at the end of the day, your input has to be good. And if it's good, just keep approaching girls and meeting girls until you find those who are receptive to this proper input. I find this very funny because I'm going to end the video like this, because today I went out to approach girls by myself. The first 4 approaches I approached girls who were honestly very fucking average. I'm being unhinged today, absolutely not politically correct, but they were not very pretty, and they rejected me harshly. The 5th girl I approached, she looked like a fucking diamond piece, and as soon as I said hi to her, she looked at me and she was like, "Oh, hey, hi, where do you come from? What do you have in your bag?" Like, that's so fucking funny when you get rejected harshly by 4 average girls, and the first very hot girl you talk to is like all over you. That's why, again, it doesn't fucking make sense when you try to analyze it on an interaction per interaction basis, because the thing that works doesn't work when a girl doesn't like you anyways. So that's it for this video. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Consider subscribing, and I will see you guys next time.